Welcome Pisces. I'm Key, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm Key. We're in the library right now. So, what came to mind was, or the feeling that I was getting for Pisces was purpose. A lot of times when people have purpose, is it usually from their plans or what they're presented? No matter what though, whatever is coming at you, Pisces, it has a purpose, whether it's directly towards you or a connection towards you. It's something of that arena. I'm seeing like a plethora of, when you go to someone's house, thank you guys. When you go into someone's house, you notice how they have like a fruit bowl? And a lot of times when you have a fruit bowl in the living room or in the kitchen, it's usually a place where you seek peace at, where you feel like you're being pampered. It gives you, but why that is? What is that purpose then? Is it because of the presentation? To the point where when seeing a fruit bowl, my first expression would probably be to ask like, what's in the fruit bowl? It could be bananas, apples, grapes, anything that would please somebody if they had the opportunity to eat it. Yet, do they keep it out too long? No. And when you ask them like, why do you put the fruits away after a certain time? They may say, oh, I don't want flies to be attracted to the fruit. I don't want gnats to come in my home. They'll give you a reason, but that reason has a purpose behind it because they probably experienced something of that nature in what they're presenting to you in words or some type of action. So let's get into it, Pisces. So let's see. Hold on. Wow, the arts. So your present is the arts. Either you or this person, Pisces, brings out the art in them. This, as that example, I now thank you, ancestors, thank you, God. When it comes to this person's purpose in your life, Pisces, you bring out the arts in them, whatever that is. Now, that could be something that will pique your interest. Maybe you didn't know what part you played, like this instruments here, like the guitar and the piano. Maybe you didn't know what part you played with this person. Or maybe this person didn't know what part you played with them. Yet, whatever that purpose is, it is connected to the arts. Pisces, they see you as their completion. When they look at you, you complete them in a way where it comes out of their emotions. When the Ten of Chalice, they feel emotionally connected to you. Every time they're around you, they cherish every moment, every opportunity with you, whether it be consistent or casual. Yet, it's always an open door. But yet, they know that the door is always open for them. It seems like they're walking away because this person, it either is you, Pisces, or this other person that is connected to you, you make them see what kind of completion that is, what kind of purpose that is. Completion in what? Completion in emotions, completion in what they're doing as an art, completion in how they take actions when it comes to you or outside of the connection of you. Whatever it is, they see within you, Pisces, that you are a complete person. You're complete with them. You're complete without them. You got yourself covered, Pisces. They're half covered. So even though they are complete in some elements of their life, It's another element or another aspect of their life that they may need to complete to feel the way you feel, Pisces. You have everything here. You have your self-esteem. You have your adornments. You have your home, your career, your self-esteem. Like, everything about you is complete. They want to reach to that level. Ah, the Fool. With you, they see that they can be completely vulnerable, completely naked with you, but most importantly, you help them to see that being open is not a bad thing, but how to move forward in being open with you. Because even saying being open, what purpose is that, Pisces, to you? When someone ever said the art of being open, the art of being a fool, what does that look like? Yes, they could have been a fool in how they move forward with you at first, where they want to show that they are fun, that they are flirtatious, that they can build a foundation. But it was maybe a snake in the grass, or a secret, or just a part of themselves that they didn't think was going to be awoken or awakened until they met you. Again, either this is you, Pisces, or them. You always move forward in the path you want to make, because you know a purpose, even if everybody else doesn't know. Some people may think that you're foolish in the way you move forward, yet those are the same ones, Pisces, that come right back to you and say, oh, you wasn't a fool. You knew exactly what you were doing. You had known an art of something that we weren't aware of. This is why people always do come back to you. Maybe, Pisces, when people do come back to you, they may need to come back to you to understand their purpose, not just with you, but with themselves. You know who you are, whatever that means to you, in every way, in every 10 ways. This person is now being aware of this and seeing, what does that mean for them? They have wisdom too. They are not foolish either, else you wouldn't be connected to them. Some may think this connection is foolish or that it's fake, but it's not. It all comes down to the purpose. Once you know the purpose, and once this person knows the purpose, you notice one thing here. Well, it's two things now. Well, it could go even further. Let's start with this first, Pisces. The 0 and the 0. Both you, Pisces, and this person, y'all know that you are, if you know you're intuitive, Pisces, this person is intuitive and they know it. If you know that you are a high priestess, they know they're a high priest. If you know that you got what's going on, they know they got what's going on too. But what if they are not connected to spirituality? What if they're not connected to the religious aspects of who a person is? What if they're not aware of something that is esoteric or of a higher plane, and that part you play, but what part? It's like, for example, both of y'all pray, or both of y'all play an instrument. What instrument do you play? Is it an actual instrument? Is it your voice? Is it that you dance? Is it how you move in the world? What is your art? Is it helping this person to tap into who they are spiritually, connecting it to God? What if this person did not know about God until they met you? It's something that is so at the root that no one else sees, that only you see. This is why y'all soulmates, divine people having a karmic situation. Or most likely it's not even a karmic. It has an essence of karmic, but it's more of a divine situation. God is all up in this connection, whether you knew it or not. My right ear was ringing. You know it, and this person know it. They may not be aware of it the way you are, or you may not be aware of it compared to this person. Their subconscious mind knows, Pisces, or you know this, Pisces, that when y'all are around each other, whether it be when you talk, telepathically talk, spiritually, again, this could be a physical talk or a spiritual talk. They know that if they was to come to you spiritually, that you know you will be addressing things that they are aware of, but they may not want to put attention to. But they know that putting attention to it would make them abundant in a way where they will get an opportunity to get not only abundance in their life, but in a way that they want to. Whether this be physically, every time they're physically around you, yes, everything is peaceful, but between that peaceful time with you, they also are showing their problems or their passiveness in something. It's not that they want to be that, but when have we ever been passive about something? So, being unable or unwilling to make a decision. A stalemate, pretending there is no problem. A stalemate is like stale bread. You know this bread is stale, but how do you know the bread is stale? When you see plain bread, how do you know when it's fresh, and how do you know when it's not fresh? When it's fresh, it's soft. When it's not fresh, it's hard, because all the air took all the moisture out of that bread. But the only way you would have known that is having a situation where you probably didn't have the need for that bread. Didn't mean that you didn't cherish it or that you didn't see the value in it. It's just that it wasn't needed at that moment. Yet when the time came to make something that required bread, this is an example, when it was time for you to get it, was it still fresh? If it wasn't, what could you do with not so fresh bread? Some would throw it away. But depending on if they knew a recipe to deal with not so soft bread, then they could reuse it, recycle it in a way until it has too much of a mold. That's the example. You know that you don't want something to become terrible with this person, so you may want to talk it out with them physically. Or this person may want to talk out to you something that could be troubling them, but it has probably nothing to do with you, but because they're coming to you, it wouldn't look like it has something to do with you, because you have to be present to be that problem solver for them. That's the example. We were talking about that opportunity, right, Pisces? So they know that they have an opportunity to have a deeper connection with you, or have some type of bond with you that is not temporary, but permanent. Or even if it's not going to be permanent, you at least, if it's going to be permanent or a play thing. Wow, okay, ancestors. All right, God. It's kind of like this. You may be seeing it like this, Pisces, or the image in your mind could be like this, where if they're going to come to you, is it going to be on some, we in the playground and you want to play? Or when this person comes to you, are they coming to present something that is permanent? Because if it's going to be a play thing, right? If they're going to continue to think that this is going to be a play thing situation, even if it's not, but yet the way they present themselves at times seems more playful, then you may have to remind them, when you playing, guess what? Somebody got to go to the park with you. And if we're going to go to the park, then that means, what do you do at an actual park? You play. You play on the swings. You play on the jungle gym. You play jump rope. You play basketball. You play football. Any outdoor sports, you play in the park. So if they're ready to play sport with you, then at least you and that person is clear. But they want to have something that is permanent. Again, then what is permanent? When you make plans. Okay, because that means you have you put something down on paper, or you put something out there as a oral agreement that this is going to happen this way, because it's comfortable for that person along with you. If they're seeing it like that, Pisces, then when it comes time to address some things that could have been troubling or could have been taken as it didn't have a purpose. It's just like these books. These books, the title of the book is The Art. The arts of what? Completion. What was the title of the book? The Arts. What is the prefix, a preface, a pretense? Is completion. But that is just one way of looking at this book. You could look at the number 10 as something else, but whatever it is to you, Pisces, it's going to play out how this person is going to come at you. That's what you're starting to see, and this is what the person is going to start seeing with you. Maybe they didn't experience this with you before, but they're going to see something in you, Pisces, that they knew what was in you, but they didn't know that, like, wow, I pity the fool. Like, oh, wow. Mr. T, I pity the fool. It's kind of like this situation, Pisces. I pity the fool that thinks that I'm truly just a fool. Like, it's nothing wrong with being a fool, because a fool know what a fool is. Is this fool unclothed, Pisces? No. This fool got clothes on his or her back. This fool got food in his sack or her sack. This fool got a tool to carry his food for him or her, so on their journey they don't get too tired. They even got some water, even a map in their hand to tell them exactly where they're going, yet somebody else going to tell them they're a fool. Really? Maybe that's something they don't know about you. Yet, maybe that's something you may need to bring out of yourself. Y'all are mirroring each other, so y'all both soulmates for each other. But what does the soul need the other soul to know? What does this person need to know about you that they may not have known before openly? Maybe spiritually or subconsciously, but not consciously. That's where that A come from. A, like Fonzie. Hey, you like Fonzie to them. A. Oh my God. Mr. T and Fonzie, you Mr. T and Fonzie to them. Now that combination already, just by visuality or this visual, looks interesting enough. I can see why they're attracted to you, Pisces. You got what's going on. And for that, you're going to see the inflow of abundance, because you know what you're not only aware of, but what you're experiencing in life. It showed you how you take action, how you exude that you are an emperor or empress. I felt this divinity about you, Pisces, that you come off as an emperor or empress. You come off as a king or queen. Anything that is of authority. When you think of the arts, whoever's going to instruct the arts is going to be most likely a teacher. How is a teacher hired? By a principal. By someone of another higher authority that sees the higher authority in this person to hire them in that art. So no matter what, Pisces, this person already sees you as an authority figure. Maybe you're not aware that you're an authority figure in everything, not just in some things, but what? In everything. Everything? Everything. Okay, Cat Williams. All right. You do tickle them though. Oh, King of Earth. Look at this. Generous, professional, responsible, practical. Yes, I was feeling that with you. Now, if this is you, Pisces, then that also means that this person is just like you. All these things all these books that's out here, all these chapters for this book, for your book, Pisces, that's who they are too. Maybe they just not aware of it, but you are. Come on, you're Pisces. Come on. When you see who you are in every way is the king. Look, you brought it out. And if you didn't know this, your ancestors, God, whether you say God, whether you say Gaia, whether you say Elohim, whether you say Allah, everyone has the meaning of God in their own way, right? Everyone has the meaning, you're a king, right? So how do you see yourself as a king? Even if you're a female watching, you're a female Pisces watching this, how do you see yourself as a female king? Because obviously the way you exude yourself, even though you're a female, you come off as a king. All the masculines, divine masculines in here, even if you see yourself as a person out here in the world, yeah, you're a person out here in the world. But guess what, folks? How bleep. That's all, folks. You are the king of earth. So the moment you watch this, you are the king of earth. A successful time is right here with you. Confidently accept opportunities you are offered. You have the Midas touch. Everything to you will look like it's like magic to people, but you know you put a lot of in-between hours to get what you wanted, Pisces. And so is this person. So you think they're going to come to you with just zero, with nothing, like they're a loser? No. If you're not a loser, they're not a loser. And if you thought for 1 second that you're not who you think you are, this person will be around you to pity the fool. So, if this reading resonates with you, press the like button, share, and subscribe. If you would like to get a personal reading, look in the description box below. We will see you on the other side.